Anti-Society, welcome back to the Antisocial Planet, and today we are getting into some more at Tower of God, and we had Bum showing up, kind of getting past the time limit that was originally on him being summoned through some people needing to like forfeit the match, which I feel like we're gonna have to like come back to about like what the ramifications of that are. I don't know how important the workshop battle and its rules are gonna be once we get closer and closer to the end of this part of the story, because we've really just gone off the rails with lots of other stuff. But it seems like maybe we've defeated Beta. If not necessarily defeated, then I think at least Bum has more of an understanding of who he is and like what fuels Beta's rage. Like him saying like you just need someone to be mad at, like you just need someone to hate. So that's why all of Beta's animosity is being put towards Bum. It's like it's not actually Bum and who he is like a person, it's like what he represents. Lots of like complicated feelings on like everything that's happening, but at least at the very least it seems like Bum is with his friends and has at least some amount of control over his new ability. I know he definitely has not unlocked all that it's capable of, even like the tiniest percentage, because I feel like he's kind of sticking to what he's comfortable with. We've found that with like the bungs that are around, he's still kind of only controlling I think 3 of them, which is something he could do before. So I feel like he's kind of staying in that safe zone of what he knows he can control, and we're gonna have to get more into him figuring out the extent of the power that he has. But at the very least we have him with his friends, which is been a long time coming. I need someone to check on Wangnan though. I need him to be okay. I know that he's with Rock, but you know, just everybody lives. That's all I need. So let's get into the chapters and I don't know, see what kind of chaos is coming, because there's definitely more to come. All right, we got the aftermath of the blast. Is it over? I don't know, honestly. I almost feel like it's not over because like I feel like Beta like needs the rage. You know what I mean? Like it's the thing that's motivating him in the same way that like Bum has been motivated by like finding Rachel again, right? Because we had him all the way at the beginning of season 2 saying like, I'm trying to find Rachel. I don't know what I'll do when I see her. I don't know how I'll feel. I don't know what the outcome of that meeting is going to be, but I just need something to focus on to propel forward. And I feel like it's a similar thing with Beta of like, he just wants to find Violet and be mad and have that kind of like grudge match, because the alternative is not having anything that's keeping you going. Yeah, see, like I really want there to be some hope for Beta, because I feel like they've been made the monster that they are, but I don't know if there's a reversal, right? Like I don't know if there's a getting back to being something that isn't the monster. Oh, did we collapse? Yeah. I don't think this will end well. I don't know if, I'm like, I don't know if misfortune is like, oh, you might have some more bad stuff happen to you. Like, I feel like Beta of all people has like already kind of struggled through some of the worst stuff. So I don't know if that's much of a deterrent for undesired behavior. This is a really cool shot though. Yeah, it's one of those things of like, I just want to take you down with me, but we keep getting the wrapping coming off of the needle, and I'm just, that makes me very nervous, because that's part of how we're containing it, right? Oh dear. Even like Beta seems a little bit more like hesitant when the needle's involved. Don't like the laughing. Seems unhinged. I don't know why we threw women in there, but okay. Oof. We're just punching now. I feel like Bum let that one in. He was like, all right, you can get one hit in, because like, why not? He didn't though. Like a bunch of stuff was done to Beta, but also like Beta made some decisions. And I know that that's like, I don't want to blame people who have been like tortured and manipulated and all of that, because I know a lot of it was not his choice. But you could have not murdered all your friends. I know that the alternative was death, but there was a choice there, and that seems to be like a big part of it, is like Beta's mad that Bum has friends. That's like a huge trigger for all of this anger. And then we have this backstory of like, the reason that Beta's friends are gone is because he was put into a situation where he was either going to have to kill all of them or be killed himself. So I get that that's like an awful thing to have been done to him, but you did kill all your friends. Like just because a bunch of bad stuff was done to you does not mean that like it's okay for you to be like a mass murderer. Fair to say? The freedom though, the freedom thing and the like your body being experimented on, that was all Fook, so I totally get it. Ooh, see, us collective is also interesting. Like it's not supposed to belong to me, it was like us, which I'm assuming includes his friends and like the other people that were experimented on. Yeah, I know, because like it's like Bomb has been through a bunch of stuff too, and Beta just doesn't know that, right? Like, Bomb has also been through a bunch of awful things to get to the point where he has the power that he has now. And it's not like Bomb had like this wonderful life leading up to all of this. I love that. I love that, like, they're mine. Like, it's one of those things where after everything that he's been through of like letting people manipulate him and separate him from the people that support him and care about him, letting people kind of have his power for their own, and now he's like, they are mine. Like, I see that both as like him saying like, my abilities are mine, like everything that I'm capable of is mine, my friends are mine. Like, it's this staking your claim in the world instead of like letting the world push you around and like letting people manipulate you and decide what your fate is going to be. Same with like Beta though. Like, Beta is like externalizing everything, right? So like nothing is his fault, nothing is under his control, he's powerless, he doesn't have any freedom, and he's like externalizing all of the ramifications of what he's feeling because it's easier that way, right? It's easier to like blame someone else for something awful happening. And again, lots of reasons to blame other people in Beta's story, but there are ways of him having control and having a space in the world, and hopefully there's some realization of that. Maybe. It's very complicated. Like, I don't want to misspeak and like, you know, shift things around in a way that's unfair. Yeah, if anything, it's her fault. Ooh, okay. So you were an afterthought. You were just like, what, for giggles? That you were like, let's experiment on some more kids? It's almost as if Emily's a little shady, or only has the information that she's given. Because there seems to be, I don't know how to feel about Emily. There's stuff going on with that. Yes, definitely could have lied. I think I said that like way back. I was like, I feel like Emily could just tell you whatever she wants to get you in the right place. But it is kind of hard because like now Beta's just being used again. Because like I said, like I feel like Beta needs something that's like actual freedom and like making a decision and taking up space. And this is like the one thing that Beta was like, I'm gonna do this for me because this is how I feel. Only to find out that it was like another manipulation. Or like, I don't know if these are friends or foes anymore. Dispose. There is some shady stuff happening with the higher ups though. There's like some like mobster energy. It's a good point. They did just stand back and watch while you were fighting, and now they're like, okay, now that there's some kind of standstill in the fight, we can intervene. Yeah, you should not like it. Ooh, okay. The flames seem like Yue. Maybe the shot fired is either Kun, or I'm still holding out that Lororo somewhere in here. Ooh, fire though. That could be Quant though. Oh, yay! Okay, Quant adjacent. Related. I'm also excited to see Aquaraptor. Just in general, I just really like him. It's like, I don't know what's going on, but I would like to do violence. And then just Rock coming in. Yay! Everyone together! I'm so happy. Oh my gosh, reunion with Shibitsu though. And Hats. Oh, okay. So they're still technically allowed to be here because everybody's like getting out of there? Do we have a ride home? Like, if the Archimedes leaves, is there a plan B for us to get out of here? Ooh. Okay, so we had someone going after her and then now someone else is stepping in. Is this Lororo, or is he actually there? Did he also stand back and watch all of the fighting that was happening? Sir, we weren't gonna intervene at all? There he is. Yay! Oh, I'm so happy that so many people are coming together. That it's like an Avengers Assemble moment. For real though, where's Quant? Aww, I like my students. Seems like things aren't going well. A bit of an understatement, but also true. You probably should have, honestly. Should have just gotten out. It's all just gonna go downhill from here. Really? No! You step away from my sweet teddy bear. I've already claimed Novik. Do not make me come for you. I don't like that you're using them as bait. I had so many wonderful fuzzy feelings and now I'm just rage. All right, we're doing this. I'm gonna have to throw hands at some point because all these villains be hurting people that I care about and I will fight them. I'll lose, but I will go out swinging. Casino just like, gets me so angry because like the kind of bond that Oryang talks about with Casino and like all the stuff that they've been through, and it just like does not seem to matter. And I know that there's probably some more stuff going on and we're probably gonna like deconstruct Casino as a character more, but like, how dare you? I have not been through nearly that kind of intense experience with Teddy Bear, and I will literally die for him. No thoughts. put into it. No decision need to be made. It'll be like instinctual at this point. So how dare you? Also, like no one's there for Novik. He doesn't have someone who cares. That's so sad. I feel like Tiny Kun would, in like a begrudging way. What's Ran up to? So with Anak, are they just like doing some other stuff? Didn't we say that Endorsi was en route in some way? I'm getting distracted. Can you ever just walk away from Foog? Because I feel like you can't. I feel like there's always gonna be strings. Yeah, I would like an explanation of some kind, but we're not seeing his face, so I guess we're not gonna get that for a little bit. It is interesting though, like the kind of outwardly obvious fury that we had with Beta, and then you have Casino, who's been through a very similar experience, but it's more of a quiet, sinister rage that's kind of like boiling there. I feel like she's got a plan. Like I feel like when Reflectio said like, oh, there was a tracking device and even like she didn't see it coming, I feel like there's a plan. I just believe in her. I'm like, if anyone has a plan, it's Huarun. Her name always freaks me. I don't know why I stumble on it. It just like my English speaking brain doesn't want to make all those letters come together. Also the mask. Are we ever gonna figure out what they actually look like? Maybe that'll ruin the like sinister feeling. Ooh, flashback. Okay, there's so much happening. Like there's so many characters coming together and I'm like excited about the reunions, but I'm so mad about people getting hurt, and now we're getting a flashback, we're gonna get backstory, and like it's too overwhelming, you guys. Okay, we're seeing how they separated. I feel like it's not the point, Kun. You can say goodbye to your friends. Doesn't have to be about changing your mind. Yeah, he is. Okay, being with Rachel gonna make him freak out. Leaving him also gonna make him freak out. Okay, Rock has some separation issues, so I need people to just like stop walking away without an explanation from him. Poor Shibitsu too, if he has to be the one to like tell Rock. Like, how's that gonna go for him? It's a good question. We'll never know what would have happened if Bomb had been with them this whole time. Aww. Yeah, where's my proper reunion with Shibitsu and Bomb? Aww. All of them like properly together. Also, Rock hugs, the best. They're so adorable. It just like makes my heart hurt. Does it? Is it good? Are we having a happy moment? Even just for like a second? Is Wang not okay? I know we're trying to have like a wonderful reunion, but like I'm very stressed out about a lot of things. Oh, smiles. I mean, it's probably like they haven't seen Bomb be like this soft before. Like him as like Violet, even though Team Sweet and Sour had kind of gotten on his good side, he was still keeping them at a distance, really. And now it's like Bomb finally coming back to being like Bomb and not like Violet. Like he's become more and more of himself, and it's a very different vibe from like who they met, right? Yeah, see, they didn't know he could smile like that. He's a soft boy. Yeah, it's hard to be mad at somebody who's just like a cinnamon bun, right? Yeah, where is Teddy Bear? Good question. Can count on Ockraptor to be asking the real questions here. I love their friendship. Worry about him. Please worry about him. Oh, good. Okay, we're getting some medical attention. Thank you. He should definitely be alive, because if he's not, I'm gonna have a lot of things to say. I don't know what to do with Beta. I don't know how to feel. I don't know if there's a redemption there. I don't know what's gonna happen on the other side of it. You could have just not experimented on him at all. Like, I'm throwing out crazy ideas here, but you could have not experimented on him. Especially since you were like, oh, this happened after we did the experiment to create, Violet, to create this, human needle thing. You didn't need to experiment on Beta, so like you could have just not. And then he might have been fine. I have no patience for her. I'm not gonna feel bad for her. She did awful things to children, so I'm just like, nope. True, they're not unhappy because they aren't perfect ignition weapons. They're unhappy because they were horrifically experimented on and tortured. That's the problem here. And also isolated. Are we getting Rock a present? That's cute. Yeah, no, Foog is still like around, regardless of what's happening with the workshop battles. True. There's like the workshop battles that are mad at you. There's also Foog. There's some other shady stuff going on. We haven't dealt with this Emily business thing. There's a lot of strings happening. Just like the tournament is done now. We're not fighting each other anymore. I feel like we shouldn't jump immediately to we're gonna die. Like maybe we have a little bit of optimism. Maybe. Yeah, Laroa probably has all of the gossip. Fill us in. Slight problems. There's a lot going on. There's some issues. I like that Laroa has just been like doing stuff to mess with the tournament in the background. It does make sense that they're having all these problems with like, didn't we have all the prisoners that got released? And then like other crazy things going on with Emily, and they're like, maybe we don't have a bunch of cameras on and like a bunch of spectators around while all of this is happening. Maybe we take this to a bit less of a public setting. Yeah, see this guy? Shady stuff going on. So we'll have to deal with the finals in some capacity at some point. Maybe? I don't even know anymore. I'm like, how important are the workshop battles? Are we gonna get distracted by like 20 other things that are gonna be happening? Probably. Who is it now? Who have we made an alliance with? Ah, okay, so we didn't get summoned back before because Lorora was messing around with everything. Cool, I like that we have a ship, we have a plan, we've hijacked their own systems. I like it. Seikun, positive thinking. Oh yeah, there's still this guy. Who do we have face down? Which one are we missing? Is it Oryang? Oh, the silhouette is sad. Yeah, we have a different kind of final happening. Okay. I have so many feelings at the end of that. Like, at the one hand, I'm so excited to have, like, the original three together, right? Like, Bum, Kun, Rock, all together. The hugs, so cute. The little flashback of, like, saying, like, it's gonna feel like we've finally gotten out of, like, a very long nightmare, and it's gonna feel like we finally come back to reality. I think that that's such a, like, it's so adorable. Like, I love their friendship, and I love that feeling of, like, kind of being in a haze, right? Where, like, it's almost like the world doesn't make sense without that person. And, like, I feel like anyone who's been through, like, a really sudden and important grief in their life knows that feeling where, like, the world doesn't seem real because it's irreversibly changed, right? Like, I see it as, like, you live in, like, a world where that person exists, and then you lose them, and you're suddenly, like, thrown into, like, it feels like a completely different universe, and you have to figure out how to exist in this world that doesn't make any sense because that, like, important piece of you is missing. So having it compared to, like, this dream state, I think is something that a lot of people who have gone through grief can connect with. And at least in this instance, you get to see that person again, and you get to have them be part of your life, and suddenly, like, everything clicks back into place, and you're finally back into a world that makes sense again. It's so nice to see them all together and to, like, have so many of the characters coming back into the same place and seeing their interactions. It's so much fun to see, like, season 1 characters interacting with season 2 characters, and I'm really excited to see the dynamic of, like, these two teams coming together. We're still missing some of the members. Some members haven't quite shown up yet. They're doing other stuff, and I'm sure that we'll all end up back together. But seeing Lororo too, I feel like it's just another piece into it. Like, he was also a super important part to season 1, so having that person coming in and someone who, like, knows way more about the tower and the mechanics of it and has, like, more training and, like, just, like, I just feel more comfortable having someone around who's, like, on, like, Bomb's side. I know, like, to some extent it's kind of a gray zone of it, like, where Lororo stands, but, like, having someone who has way more experience in the tower and, like, this, like, adult figure that isn't trying to, like, manipulate and screw over Bum and all of his friends is really nice and refreshing. I like it. I like that there's, like, at least one adult that I feel like I can trust in this and be like, okay, someone who has been in the tower for a long time and has this higher position in, like, how the tower works and has, like, a little bit more knowledge of, like, the mechanics of everything. It's nice to have that piece there. Lots of intense stuff coming on now that we're gonna have to go up against Fu again. Some final battle of some kind, which I feel like is gonna rip my heart out in some way, but at least for the time being, we know Wangnan's okay. We have the team back together. Things are kind of maybe at least a little tiny moment of peace and happiness is nice before things completely derail again. So I hope you enjoyed reading that along with me. You can click this playlist to go see my previous reactions, or you can subscribe so you don't miss the next time I post a Tower of God reaction, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.